Hello and welcome to the last episode of Let's Play Halo. Last time we unfortunately could not rescue Captain Keyes, but we got what we needed from him so we can blow up the Pillar of Autumn and also Halo.
This thing is falling apart!
It'll hold.
We're not gonna make it!
We'll make it.
Pull up! Pull up! You did that on purpose, didn't you?
We need to get to the bridge. From there, we can use the captain's neural implants to initiate an overload of the ship's fusion engines. The explosion should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
So here we are, back where it first began. And I really don't like seeing the Pillar of Autumn this way.
Yeah, you like space a lot, so...
I do.
You know,
It is funny how
seeing your
attached
ship like this.
I am, to this ship that we've only seen once before.
Mm-hmm.
But it is sort of the sole human element on this ring.
So the ship is it mostly made of, titanium? I'm trying to remember the books.
Yeah, it is titanium.
Yeah.
Or some titanium alloy. You're
I
talking
always
about...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, you're talking about how it survived landing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's well built.
Also, we're in yet another new biome. Kind of deserty.
Oh, outdoors. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
No, that's
one
true.
that I didn't really notice before.
Yeah, we did never go to a desert area.
And I don't know if we do again.
We'll have to wait and see.
Before we start recording, I was saying this is, my favorite level, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just, blew my mind as a kid.
The coming back to the ship or something that happens later?
Something, just the rest of the level,
Yeah.
just, it feels like a freaking action movie, you know?
Mm-hmm. It gets very intense. Oh, our last flood buddy.
Yeah. It's the whole thing. I really like the Banshee cutscene at the start. That's funny.
Yeah, I was thinking typical frenzy driving.
Hey, come on. You can't blame that one on me.
Well, maybe we'll see some...
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, quiet.
I do have to say, though, it is, I don't know, slightly weird how they have the comedic cutscenes, considering what's actually happening in the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Last video, too, where it does the sort of, dumb physical comedy of him appearing upside down. Not that I don't like it, just that it kind of clashes.
No,
You gotta keep it light, you know?
Yeah.
I do like when they're able to find a good balance.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like Supernatural, the TV show that has 15 seasons.
Yeah.
Are you getting paid to say that?
14
I am, yeah.
seasons of fan service.
I mean, to be fair, only about half of each season is fan service.
Yeah. The other half is some nonsense about some god or another.
Yeah. Actually, there's kind of I don't know if it's a funny story, but we just watched the season finale of The Mandalorian.
Nice.
Season 2, which I guess very much dates this commentary.
Yeah.
But I was watching it with my girlfriend, and we were talking about how good it was going to be before watching it, and I was like, yeah, but they're probably not going to shoot God and piss him off. And that is a real thing that happens in Supernatural.
Yep.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Anyway, back in the cafeteria, again, we are going to be fighting through a lot of areas we've been before, just not for a long time. This fight sucks. It's against a whole bunch of Spec Ops Covenant, and there is not very good cover.
And there's the fuel rod cannon that you mentioned last.
Yes.
Did that elite just survive a stick?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
didn't quite hit him. One thing interesting, though, I just found this out recently. These are the only elites that throw grenades in the entire game.
Really?
They don't normally throw grenades.
I guess
just-
usually it's
yeah.
grunts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only grunts do. I did not ever realize that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Really like hitting that pillar.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time here. Despite the whole no good cover thing, I can't seem to get a shot through.
Ooh, that was close.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is on normal too.
Do you know how
Yeah.
many of my attempted recordings ended in this room? A lot.
Yeah.
The bridge. We made it. Let's get to work. I need you to upload the into the control systems. The terminal is located next to the main view screen. I leave home for a few days and look what happens. This won't take long. There. That should give us enough time to make it to a lifeboat and put some distance between ourselves and Halo before the detonation.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, really.
Oh, hell.
Ridiculous! That you would imbue a warship's AI with such a wealth of knowledge? Weren't you worried it might be captured or destroyed?
He's in my data arrays, a local tab.
You can't imagine how exciting this is to have a record of all of our lost time. Human history, is it? Fascinating. Oh, how I will enjoy every moment of its categorization. To think that you would destroy this installation as well as this record. I am shocked. Almost too shocked for words.
He stopped the self-destruct sequence.
Why do you continue to fight us, Reclaimer? You cannot win. Give us the construct, and I will endeavor to make your death relatively painless and...
At least I still have control over the comm channels.
Where is he?
I'm detecting taps throughout the ship. Sentinels, most likely. As for the monitor, he's in engineering. He must be trying to take the core offline. Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine shields?
Not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps, but why? Okay, I'm coming with you. Chief, Sentinels!
Cletus said it during the cutscene, but how awesome is that giant grenade? I don't really know why it's like that, other than maybe the 240 pixel rendering resolution wasn't good enough to see.
What did it look like in the original?
Well, the grenades do actually look different, but it was still that big, like as big as his head.
Yeah.
The ship was heavily damaged when it crashed. Head to the cryo chamber. We should be able to get to the engine room through there.
So as for the whole monitor showing up, yes, nothing is ever easy. But I do want to mention the whole symmetry thing has to be on purpose, because this is the exact opposite of the route we had to take at the beginning of the game. Cryo chambers to bridge, now bridge to cryo chambers.
It's all coming back.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, I really, really like it. I like the whole symmetry thing.
Do you think that they just like made the first half and they were like, shit, we don't have enough content?
I don't think so. Like,
I know, I'm just making a joke.
well, no, I think it's a fair thing to ask. Sometimes games have to do that when they run out of development time. But not that I know anyone personally, but everything I've heard about the guys who made this game, I have to believe it's intentional, like a thematic thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wouldn't have been much of a story to just, if the flood weren't here.
They had this world so planned out for
Yeah.
so long that, like, just, I mean, like, the Halo universe in general, like, they it's well known they had the Halo Bible, they have, like, years of this world
Yeah.
kind of documented and planned, right?
Yeah, I think sometimes they exaggerate the Halo Bible because it sounds good. Not that I'm trying to rip on them, but just, I get that feeling that because people like hearing it, they say it, but I know they definitely do have the main story beats planned.
Yeah, I don't know. As someone who's, like, tried to write D&D campaigns, you get carried away when you start building a world, so...
Yes. I have never had to do that,
So
but I believe
can
it.
see a lot.
Just make sure you plan every NPC's name ahead of time.
Exactly. Write down random dialogue so you don't stutter.
Yeah.
But yeah, they also, like, just the sheer number of books, like, and, like, Halo content that's come out covering everything.
Yeah,
It mostly came out after, though. Yeah.
exactly.
Yes, yes.
A lot of it's
This is-
retcon, but it works.
Yeah, this was the first.
Sorry, those elites back there, I always find interesting, and I don't know if there's an explanation for them, but it's two of the active camo elites just kind of off on their own in a corner. And not turned into Flood, so they must be fairly recent deaths. But, yeah, I don't know if there's supposed to be a story behind them.
Maybe they're
I
hiding.
mean, if I was them, I'd just hide in a corner. Like, dude, put away your sword, it's glowing. Like,
This window here is so much fun because you get to witness something that I don't think happens anywhere else, which is Hunters versus Sentinels.
Who will win?
Well,
Probably the Hunters.
probably the Hunters. The Sentinels will respawn and eventually they will take down the Hunters. But it's just...
how long did you have to wait for that to happen?
not that long. It just kind of happens randomly.
Yeah.
But I do like, again, they have all the factions active in this level. So you get interesting fights like the Sentinels versus Covenant, which I don't think we've ever seen before. Flood everywhere, although not this hallway. And actually, they did take down that second Hunter. I didn't do that. Where are we gonna go?
As an engineer, I can already guess where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, fake out.
Yeah, armory for
Oh.
sure. Gotta get them weapons.
Hell yes. Look at that. What a beautiful
Spanking
sight.
time.
That's right.
I just want to see a scene of, like, Master Chief carrying, like, 4 rocket launchers.
Yeah, wait, hold on. What is that? Oh god. The one thing we absolutely did not need. Invisible Flood.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
Very nice. They are not as big a deal as I sort of made them seem. This is the only room they show up in. Which is itself kind of weird. I don't know why they aren't anywhere else.
Just walk right by it.
Yeah, I was interested, because you're not supposed to be able to get back here. This is a monster closet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's time for you to come out of the closet, Frenzy.
Come on. Enough of this
You can
shit.
cut that one.
And in the video, he mentioned his girlfriend, too.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Light fuse, run away.
Another excellent chapter title.
Engine room located. We're here. Alert! The monitor has disabled all command access. Can't restart the countdown. The only remaining option is to detonate the ship's fusion reactor. That should do enough damage to destroy Halo. Don't worry, I have access to all of the reactor schematics and procedures. I'll walk you through it. First, we need to pull back the exhaust couplings. That will expose a shaft that leads to the primary fusion drive core.
So there's another note that I don't think I ever realized before doing this LP. This whole thing kind of makes the last level unnecessary. If we can't use keys, codes to detonate the reactors.
It's true.
Yeah.
Shoot where it's going to be.
I don't know why this guy's so hard to hit. Alright? Maybe he's invincible, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's invincible.
Surely that's it.
Here is the original graphics.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Guilty Spark is extremely bright. Everything else is just kind of flat gray, though.
So Guilty Spark was really excited to get all our data
Yes.
earlier in the... We didn't mention that in the cutscene.
No, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
He's been
Lord.
disconnected for so long.
Yeah, I mean, he's been stuck on this ring with nobody to talk to and nothing to, occupy his time. And just, I hate these barrels. I don't know why, but they are so hard to jump off of.
As quickly as possible.
Good! Step 1 complete. We have a straight shot into the fusion reactor. We need a catalyst explosion to destabilize the magnetic containment field surrounding the fusion cell. Use an explosive. I recommend a grenade or rocket. If you run out of explosives, there is an armory station located near the engine room entrance.
Oh yes, we found the armory.
You require medical attention.
I like that they tell you that after you're standing there ready to shoot it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it as a just in case. I really wanted to use grenades, but it's quite hard.
Fusion reactor number 1 destabilizing. Use explosives on the other 3 reactors. That should be enough to trigger a wildcat explosion of the engines.
A wildcat
this-
explosion.
Yeah, this plan was kind of your idea, wasn't it?
My idea?
Cortana was like, oh, we're fucked. And you're just like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna blow it up, because I'm a...
I'm a space marine.
Sometimes blowing things up really is the answer.
I believe they're called Guardians now, Cletus.
Oh.
What?
It's not Space Marines. Did you not see that?
Oh god, yes, okay, I did.
I just really wanted to emphasize that today is December 20th, and that's the day of recording.
This whole room is very confusing. Like, it's very hard to fall off of things.
Apparently not.
The other thing is that usually those things are high enough that you take fall damage and die. But Halo has kind of a mechanic that never ever comes up, that if you crouch as soon as you hit the ground, you actually don't take fall damage, or you take very reduced fall damage.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
One try,
trying.
then give up.
Yep.
I really like shooting those out of the air with the plasma pistol.
Yeah, and so many of my attempted runs and test recordings, I tried to keep the shotgun and the rocket launcher, and it doesn't work. The shotgun's just not, it's just not good enough to take down the Sentinels.
That did it! The engine's gone critical. Based on the current rate of decay, we should have 15 minutes to get off the ship. We don't have much time. We should move outside and signal for evac. Accessing schematics. There's a service lift at the top of the engine room. It leads to a Class 7 service corridor that runs along the ship's dorsal structure. Hurry!
It's good to know we do have an escape plan. I don't think we ever mentioned it beforehand. Like, did Cortana ever talk about how we were going to get out of here?
No.
I think she said something about. She said a timer so that we'll have enough time to make it to the evac pods.
She did.
That was with the previous, controlled, explosion.
No, yeah, but it's true. She did say they were going to take an escape pod to get away. This is the game's last fuck you. It drives me crazy.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that almost killed you in one shot.
I am super surprised I survived because I took that shot right in the face.
They made you bleed your own blood.
Cortana to Echo 419. Come in, Echo 419. Roger, Cortana. I reached 555. The Pillar of Autumn's engines are going critical, Bowhammer. Request immediate extraction. Approach the crash site and be ready to pick us up at External Access Junction 4C as soon as you get my signal. Affirmative. Echo 419 going on station. Echo 419 to Cortana. Things are getting noisy down there. Everything okay? Negative. We have a wildcat destabilization of the ship's fusion core. The engines must have sustained more damage than we thought.
Analyzing. We have 6 minutes before the fusion drives detonate. We need to evac now! Activating final countdown timer. When it reaches 0, the engines will detonate. The explosion will generate a temperature of almost 100 million degrees. Don't be here when it blows.
Okay, this is the coolest part about Halo's finale, the Warthog run.
Yes.
So,
I normally hate timed missions, but I make an exception for this one.
Yeah, it is a great finale. Couple things. One, Swordfish especially, I want you to check out my driving here. All right. And second,
yeah,
it's perfect. Let me tell you right now.
You made the shortcut.
The other thing is, in the last video, you were talking about who would design a spaceship with a bunch of weird corridors and cul-de-sacs. Well, apparently the human engineers do.
Look, this is peak engineering.
This is a service tunnel. They're allowed to go a little hog wild,
Right.
Warthog wild.
Ah, very nice.
This is like Pelican docks and stuff like that, right?
It is absolutely not. It is nothing. Even the devs have said this is nothing. They just wanted a fun obstacle course to drive through.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because at least this part here looks like somewhere where you would land a couple drop ships, right?
It does, and it is open to the sky.
Yeah.
But
I don't know why you would have these big dips.
Yeah. Exactly. But it is just so much fun.
Yeah.
Like a full multi-kilometer long drive with things exploding and enemies running all over the place. So cool.
And up until now, you've been every time you see an enemy, it's sort of like you have to clear them all.
Right.
now you're just like driving past or over, just like out of my way.
Yeah, 100% ignore.
There's a giant countdown clock on your screen.
Yeah. Also,
Oh,
the
look
only
at that weaving.
right, only
it's
part of the
pretty good
game
so
that
far.
has a countdown timer.
Cortana to Echo 419. Request extraction now, on the double. Affirmative, Cortana. Bullhammer inbound.
Wait, stop! This is where Foehammer is coming to pick us up. Hold position here.
Cortana to Echo 419. 2 Covenant Banshees are approaching on your 6. Evade. Say again, evade. I'm hit. Mayday. Mayday. Airport system is back to hell. I can't hold her. I can't hold her.
Echo 419! She's gone. Calculating alternate escape route. Ship's inventory shows 1 longsword fighter still docked in Launch Bay 7. If we move now, we can make it.
Poor Foehammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big fan of that.
Why is there a section of the ship that's just wide open to the outside?
A tiny little bridge holding it all together.
Yeah.
And sorry, I don't mean not a fan of it. Like, personally, it makes me sad, not that I don't think it's well done.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I remember being sad for that part.
Yeah.
Pull your heartstrings, because she was like our ride. She's like
Yeah.
our only friend other than
Cortana, pretty much.
really. Yeah.
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 Got you out of so many sticky situations.
But it does mean we get to drive the Warthog more. Another kilometer.
Chief, up ahead there's a gap in the trench. At top speed, we should be able to clear it.
So that was a lie.
I mean, I don't know whether that's a lie or not. Maybe that's what she intended. But yes, it's a good fake out. I really like that part.
That's the ship! Move! We need to get aboard now! We're cutting it close!
Here we go.
Shut them down, we'll need them later. Fancy a look?
Did anyone else make it?
Scanning. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left. We did what we had to do for Earth. An entire Covenant armada obliterated, and the Flood. We had no choice. Halo, it's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.
Oh, and you don't see his face!
No, we don't.
Boo!
What a bittersweet ending.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, normally I have been throwing bonus content at the very end of the videos, and actually I've been adding it after we do commentary, so these guys haven't been able to see it. But since it's the last video, I'm going to include it here. Partway through the Warthog run, there is a little stop you can make, and in it you will find this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Good thing that fool was waiting for me at the starship, because man, am I worked up a big, grunty thirst!
And that is the thirsty grunt. There is also an extra scene in the final cutscene if you beat the game on Legendary.
Come here, you mother... Almost! This is it, baby.
It's such a goofy scene. But so funny. And yes, that is the end of Halo 1.
Great game. One of the best.
It is kind of hard here because normally I ask you guys what your opinion was of the whole game, but this is a game you guys have known for years.
You know my opinion.
I do.
Yeah.
But it really is nice to come back to after so long.
Mm-hmm.
That the ship he escapes in, that's like the first and last time we see that type of ship. I don't even think it has a name.
The Longsword.
Is it the Longsword?
Yeah, she mentions it in there, I think.
Does she? Okay.
Yeah.
That's not an animal.
No, actually, that's what I was going to say. Interestingly, it's like one of the only human vehicles that doesn't have an animal name.
Interesting.
Even the Pillar of Autumn is a Halcyon-class ship, and Halcyon is a type of bird.
Huh.
Like, yeah.
Okay. I bet you there's maybe there's a bird called a long sword. I'm gonna look that up.
It's getting a little out there.
Later on in the Halo canon, we will actually encounter another similar ship called the Saber. So maybe they just had an idea that spaceships would have a different naming convention.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I am including the credits here. These are the original Halo credits, and then I'm going to have the Halo 1 anniversary credits. I'm not including the Master Chief Collection, partly because a lot of the Master Chief Collection is just sort of compilation, not art. But the other reason is they don't actually have credits. To get the credits for the Master Chief Collection, you have to go into the settings menu, and there is a link to a website that just lists them as text.
Wow, boring.
Yeah, which, I mean, if they're going to put that much effort into it, I'm not going to include it.
Yeah, imagine going to like a movie and it's just like a QR code. It's like,
Yes.
Look it up.
We may see that one day. Maybe that's going to happen at some point. But I like the credits as a way for them to have fun with showing off their names.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is I want you to compare the length of these credits. So that was the Halo 1 credits, which are 3 minutes long. And here are the Halo 1 anniversary credits, which, spoiler, are 7 minutes long.
Jeez.
Just the number of people who had to touch it, even though it was just a graphical remaster, is just impressive.
Well, they also brought on online functionality and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not like there wasn't a lot of work to do. Just as Halo has blown up. Because a lot of it's not technical or art. It's a lot of like legal and localization and QA and all that stuff. Just as Halo became bigger and bigger and more important. Just the number of people working on it exploded.
All right, I've been thinking about this the whole level playthrough there, but there's a way that you can, after Foehammer crashes, or Echo 419, sorry, in the original, there was a way that you could get down to the ship at the bottom of the like ravine there.
Dodge the kill walls or whatever.
Yeah. Do you remember how to do that?
I bet there's a way to cheat it, but other than that, I have no idea. Like those.
I remember spending a long time trying to do it on the original, and you did it, and there's just a pelican sitting on the bottom down there. But
the Banshees aren't even drivable.
No,
I don't know if you noticed while they were in the air, but their cockpits are open and they have no pilots. When you destroy them, they actually spawn in a dead pilot.
That's funny.
Yeah, they are not drivable no matter what you do. Mm-hmm. So
I'm gonna have to go look up that now.
Yeah, maybe it's just someone using no clip to get down there.
Yeah, there's some way. Like I don't remember how, but
it is impressive the type of things people have been able to do. So maybe not.
So this campaign just kind of scratches the surface, because like when we think back about Halo, I don't think we're thinking about the campaign, although it was great. Like the multiplayer is really where this I don't know, holds a special
where we got all our playtime.
Yeah. That is true. I really hope we are able to do some sort of multiplayer videos. We haven't figured that out as of recording this commentary. But it's true. That is a lot of where our, I guess, love of the game comes from, was the fact that we could play it together and have LAN parties and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And plus
bringing,
a lot of the
giant TVs and like
a lot of the glitches and tricks and stuff are actually in multiplayer. It's a lot easier to do sort of experimentation when you can set timers and levels and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we're like, what's a crossover cable? Like, and do you have your 50-foot Ethernet? Like,
oh my god, we had a Cletus, I think, bought a network switch off of our high school IT person.
Yeah, a 24-port, like, old Cisco dumb switch.
Yeah, just so we could LAN easier. I just remembered that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dralo.
Dralo.
Drinking Halo.
and what were the rules of Dralo?
Only no scopes.
I thought that it was like rockets, and like every time you die, you take a shot.
We probably had a couple versions. The one I remember is the no scopes. Only no scopes, and you have to drink every time you get a kill or die. I forget which.
Probably
or
both.
Probably both.
Yeah, that was some good times.
That led to a lot of fun nights and at least one noise complaint.
Yeah. So how long was it between Halo 1 and 2?
You know, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. It was like 4 years, I think. I want to say.
I think that's right. We'll have to talk about it later when we actually get to Halo 2, which we're all excited for.
Oh, yeah.
But it had a messed up development history. They ran into some problems, and we will talk about that more when we're in Halo 2. But it did take longer than they expected.
Yeah, that is a long time between sequels, especially when like you have a game that's just like kind of becomes a instant cult classic. Like, and it was, what's it called? Like a killer app for Xbox One? Like,
yeah, that's right. But I think that's part of the problem is like, a lot of the time when you're talking about franchises, they start working on the next one before the first one's even done. So like, just as an example, the Marvel movies are like that, where there's like 3 or 4 of them in development at a time. But they probably weren't sure they were getting a sequel, so they probably didn't start actually working on it until Halo blew up and Microsoft basically said, please, please, please make more.
Yeah.
Still not at the end of the credits here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know I still have a DVD that I burned of like all the leaked Halo 2 footage while it was in development.
Yes.
Because I had to download it at school.
Yeah,
we were... Yeah, go ahead.
I have the official Halo 2 bonus DVD that's like a little documentary about the development process.
That's pretty cool.
And a Halo 3 one too, I think. Somewhere.
Yeah, I think that Halo 2 was our first midnight opening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Midnight release game too, which was always pretty wild before you could just download a game.
Yeah. How much longer do we have in the credits? Yeah. I was going to say this at some point in Halo 2, but I'll say it now. Our local game store used to have a picture of us because Halo 2 was the first midnight opening they ever did, and we were sitting at the front of the line right against the grate.
Yeah. That
Nerds!
Yeah. Huge nerds.
Yeah.
It was so worth it.
Oh, yeah. It is a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we keep saying this, but Halo was probably one of the first where they had all the the special editions and midnight openings and all that kind of nerd nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Great memories.
Sorry, there is one last extra scene here. And this usually happens after the credits. And I guess there's no reason for us not to talk because there isn't actually sound. I always thought there was, but apparently not.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sound in space.
That is true. But yeah, apparently 343 Guilty Spark survived and is just floating around in space.
Built
Sassy
pretty
little
tough. Yeah.
I just thought, how great would a little Adventures of 343 Guilty Spark be? But I actually think that's one of the Halo books, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's going to be it. I hope, hopefully we see you all in Halo 2. See you later.